on my life. You see this? You and me. We die here. It's for life. There is no.
This man sold his own wife just to save his marriage. Yeah, let that sink in. Because what you're about to hear is not your typical love story. This is a story of obsession, betrayal, ambition, and a shocking level of desperation that turns love into something dangerously twisted. And trust me, by the time you reach the end of this movie, you won't see relationships or success the same way again. The story follows Kado, a young, talented artist trying to break into the music industry. He is hungry, determined, and most importantly, deeply in love with his girlfriend Bambi. Their relationship is pure and grounded. They've struggled together, grown together, and believed in each other when no one else did. You can feel their bond from the very beginning, and it gives you hope that maybe, just maybe, love can survive anything. But then, opportunity knocks. Kado meets Zilla, a powerful music executive who promises to change his life forever. Zilla isn't just rich, he is influential, respected, and seems like the perfect mentor. He offers Kado a record deal that could launch him into stardom overnight. And like most dreamers chasing success, Kado doesn't hesitate. He trusts him completely, ignoring one crucial detail. He doesn't even read the contract properly. That right there is the first mistake. Because in this story, nothing comes free. Every opportunity has a price, and this one, the price is his soul. Now let's talk about Zilla's wife, Mirabel. She's not just beautiful, she's intelligent, composed, and carries a quiet pain that you can feel even when she's silent. As the story unfolds, we learn that her marriage is already broken. Zilla cheated on her in the past, and while they are still together, the love is no longer the same. There's tension, distance, and a deep emotional crack that never fully healed. Instead of fixing that damage the right way, Zilla makes a decision that is not only shocking but completely insane. He decides to use Kado to seduce his own wife. Yes, you heard that correctly. Zilla believes that if Mirabel cheats too, they will somehow be even and their marriage can reset. It's one of the most twisted forms of logic you ever see. And what makes it even worse is how calmly he goes about it, like it's just business. Kado is now trapped in a nightmare. On one hand, he has everything he's ever dreamed of: fame, money, success within reach. On the other hand, he's been pushed into a situation that goes completely against his morals. You can literally feel his internal struggle, the fear of losing everything he worked for versus the guilt of betraying the people he loves. And then there's Bambi. She doesn't know exactly what's happening, but she feels it. The distance, the change in behavior, the emotional disconnect, it's all there. And honestly, her character is one of the most heartbreaking in this story because she's loyal, she's supportive, she's the one who stood by Kado when he had nothing. But sometimes, love alone isn't enough when ambition enters the picture. As Kado spends more time around Mirabel, something unexpected begins to happen. What started as manipulation slowly turns into genuine connection. They begin to understand each other. They share pain, vulnerability, and loneliness. And before you know it, emotions get involved. And that's when everything becomes dangerous. Because now, it's no longer just a plan, it's real. But here's the problem: their relationship is built on a lie. And when the truth finally comes out, it hits like a bomb. Mirabel discovers that her own husband orchestrated everything. The man she once loved didn't just betray her, he manipulated her, used her, and turned her into a pawn in his twisted game. That moment of realization is powerful. You can see the pain in her eyes, the anger, the disbelief, and the final decision she makes. She walks away, not because she doesn't love him anymore, but because she respects herself too much to stay. Zillah, for the first time, loses control. The powerful, confident man we saw at the beginning is now broken. His wealth means nothing. His influence means nothing, because the one thing he was trying so desperately to hold on to is gone. And honestly, it's hard to feel sorry for him, because every step of the way, he chose manipulation over honesty, control over love, and selfishness over respect. Now, let's talk about Kado's turning point. After everything he's been through, he finally sees the truth. The fame, the deal, the opportunity, it all came with a cost that was too high. And in one of the most satisfying moments in the story, he walks away from it all. He chooses peace, he chooses love, he chooses Bambi. And their reunion, it's emotional, raw, and incredibly powerful. Because despite everything, the lies, the distance, the pain, they find their way back to each other. It's not perfect, but it's real. And sometimes that's all that matters. In the end, Kado rises, not because of shortcuts, but because of talent and resilience. He becomes successful on his own terms, proving that you don't have to lose yourself to win. Meanwhile, Mirabel also finds her strength. She refuses to stay in a broken marriage just for appearances. Even when Zillah begs for forgiveness, even when he promises to change, she makes it clear some damage cannot be undone. And that's one of the biggest lessons in this story. Not every apology deserves a second chance. Original Sin is more than just a movie. It's a warning, a reminder that desperation can push people to do unthinkable things, that success without integrity is empty, and that love without trust cannot survive. It's emotional, it's intense, and it forces you to ask yourself one simple question: what would you sacrifice to achieve your dreams? Because after watching this, you might realize some things are just not worth the cost. And if you enjoy deep, emotional stories like this, then you already know you're in the right place. Thank you so much for watching this review all the way to the end. I truly appreciate your time and support. If this story got you thinking, feeling, or even questioning a few things, then trust me, you need to experience the full movie for yourself. This review is just a glimpse. The real emotions, the drama, and the twists hit even harder when you watch it firsthand. Head over to Frederick Leonard TV right now to watch the full movie and see how everything unfolds from start to finish. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful movie reviews like this. See you in the next one.